The joys of having a child.
So I have a question. Are all 7-month-olds this smiley and giggly? Because basically he's happy all the time, except for bedtime. He just giggles and smiles all day. He just smiles. He's a happy boy. I have all of these burning projects that I want to do inside of me. Like, I really want to be rebuilding a bunch of apps that I use on a daily basis, using web technologies, using things like Angular. In particular, I really think a TikTok clone would be a really cool idea, so that if TikTok, for example, ever goes away, there's an open source, free replacement that people can kind of glom onto. And I just love that idea. But the last few days we've been spending on maintaining the house, making sure that we're going into work, taking care of things there, and really just kind of stay afloat with everything that's important. So we're getting time to ourselves, we're getting time to worry about things that matter, and we're not getting as much time to worry about kind of the long term and productivity. But I think that's going to change over the next few weeks, because we're doing so much, we're investing for the long term, and things are starting to feel better and better and better. We just had so much to catch up on after having Daniel, right? There was like 5 months where we were just terrible human beings, not taking care of the house, not taking care of our long-term obligations. And so once we figured out all those things and we continue to invest in the long term, then we can say, hey, what else should we be doing? What else is going to be important, not just for this year, not just for next year, but for the long term? It's not as bad as Nutella, but I've been taking for the last couple days to snacking on a little bit of peanut butter at night. I'm actually hitting all my weight goals though. I'm headed in the right direction, and I think it's due to the pact and to calorie counting. By paying attention to what I'm eating a little bit more, by actually having to log it every time I snack, it's making it a little bit more conscious, even though I'm still doing it a little bit too much. I have a tiny update on the electrical project that I failed at yesterday. So persistence is the most important skill, as I often say, in many things in life. And so what I did yesterday is I went on Amazon and I ordered a whole bunch of equipment because I'm not sure exactly what I need. So I bought a wire stripper to actually pull back some of the insulation and covers on some of the cables, so that I could actually snip them a little bit, make them shorter, and free up some room in the little box that's behind all these plates. And then I also bought a couple things. I bought a couple new what are called wire nuts. So those little caps that I had on there for combining the wires from the Lutron devices in the wiring in our house. My hope is that if I get better caps, it will hold in place better. And then as an alternative, I actually bought a bunch of like lever-based couplers, so that if we can't actually get them to fit in one of those little wire nuts, I have a real replacement that's actually going to hold things no matter what pulling and pushing I do on them. So I have a plan. We're going to get this looking much better than it is today, because right now, so this one doesn't actually work right now. It's wired up, but it's not sending the right signals over to the other side of our kitchen. And with that, I'm going to be going back up to the office, finishing up the vlog from yesterday, which I edited this morning, and then I just ran out of time and I haven't been able to come back to it until tonight, and then going off to bed. Good night.